All right, welcome everyone. We are live with the Old Man Dan After Party. And so far we've got, of course, Dan, my guest of honor today, and my good friend Duke Bonanza is here with us as well. And we were just talking before we went live here that we'll be talking about some music, I think. So I hear that somebody's got some music going on in the background. Is that you, Duke? Or?
That's me. I'm sorry. I'll pull the door.
Okay.
No, I was playing mine on my computer, so I was hearing it in my earphone. I wasn't.
Yeah. So let everyone know, I guess, what you just told us, Dan, because Andrew Schlesinger apparently just passed away because of COVID.
Away from COVID-19.
Wow.
So I just happened to check my news feed after we had signed out from the live interview, and the Rolling Stones is one of my top news subscribers that I do.
Very cool.
And that's their headline. That he just passed away. So while I was waiting to join, I was listening to Stacy's mom.
Very cool. Very cool.
So
hey, IQ's in the chat. You can join us if you want, man. Because I put a link in Neil's Usual Suspects, so just so you know.
If I open the video, if I open YouTube, I'll see the live chat. Or should I ignore it?
If you look up to your right, you should see where it says private chat, and then it says live chat. It should say.
Okay, it looks like I need to expand that part of the page. All right, got it.
Yeah, and there's I think right now there's only a couple of people there. No one's really chit chatting. IQ will join us, but he's just wrapping up at work, so that's cool. And of course, my good buddy Nakasuchi is about to go live too.
So what music are we talking about, dude?
Well, I wanted to ask a couple of questions because I know that Neil is a semi-professional musician.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
okay. Well,
I'm a garage band guy.
I know you get standing ovations for doing karaoke.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I forget what song it was you was talking about the other day on your show.
But, it was called New Orleans is Sinking.
Oh yeah.
Tragically Hip.
I got a standing ovation for Comfortably Numb once.
Did you?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, Comfortably Numb and Al Green's Let's Get It On.
And let me show you guys something while we're at it, see if I can get it. Ding ding ding. It's kind of hard. Can you see that slug-o-matic thing right there in the middle of the bed?
Yes.
That's Anne Bonny in her favorite reclining position. And this right here, let's see if I can get him. He's hiding behind the desk. It's Captain Morgan.
Hey, Captain Morgan.
He's sitting there. I'm having to feed him dentist sticks to keep him happy.
Jesus. So every time we talk about music, IQ wants me to sing Queensryche, and I'm like, I do not have a voice like Jeff Tate.
Nobody has a voice like Jeff Tate. The guy's got a voice like a fucking piano.
I know.
The guy's got an 8-bar range. The guy can sing like 3 octaves under and over every fucking body on the planet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let me ask you something. Are you into any blues at all?
Yes.
Stevie Ray Vaughan by chance?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. One of my favorites, man.
I'm from Texas.
Yeah. I cried for days when that son of a bitch died.
Yeah, we had a party in his honor when he died. Absolutely. Vaughan was... what bothers me most, I think, when an artist goes, what bothers me most, especially when they go too young, is all the music we're now going to miss out on.
Yeah,
that's
all
true.
The stuff that they would have come up with, it would have been mind blowing, right? Because Vaughan, as he aged, she just got better and better and better.
Well, Stevie Ray Vaughan too. There's the fact that he was killing himself with alcoholism and drug abuse, and he got sober, and then died.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. It was just like fuck. Who knows what we would have gotten? You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, he had woken up and he realized that he needed to make a change.
Yeah, he did for sure. What are you drinking? Is that the?
All right. What I am drinking tonight is called Kill Devil Rum. It's a local rum from here in North Carolina. It's made down on the coast. and it has
Where
pecans and honey flavor.
Oh wow, that sounds
So
delicious.
yeah, it's great shit.
we're at in North Carolina, if you don't mind me asking.
Right now I'm in Durham. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I have
Guns.
no shame. I have no shame. I'm not
That's
afraid of
fine.
anybody. Anybody wants to come to my house, they'll get the appropriate greeting.
That's right. I understand that. I feel the same way. I have a shotgun, a rifle, and a 4-wheel drive. I feel you.
Well, I won't say
lived
what
in
I
a-
have, but I have more than enough to take care of a zombie army. So
Awesome.
No, I lived in Charlotte for many years.
and you're in Texas now?
No, I'm in
Wait,
Florida,
Florida.
In Florida. You're from
now. I'm
Texas.
from Texas.
Yeah.
I spent
Dallas, Fort Worth.
I spent several years in Texas. I don't know how much you caught of the show, but I was born in California, and from there we moved to Colorado, then we moved to Kansas, then we moved to Missouri, then we moved back to Colorado, then we moved to Lubbock, Texas,
What the hell happened there?
and we lost somebody.
Yeah, he lost his connection, I think, probably. Duke has issues like that from time to time. There he is. There he is. So, yeah. What the hell happened, Duke?
I accidentally read my thumb across the screen of my phone.
Uh-oh.
It refreshed the screen, which kicked me out of the broadcast studio. My apologies, sir.
Anyway, I was telling you, I lived in Lubbock, Texas for 4 years as a kid. And then my daughters have lived in San Antonio and Austin. And right now I have two daughters in San Antonio. The daughter in Austin is back in North Carolina.
Austin is the coolest city in America, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I was tempted to move there one time. If I hadn't met and married the gal I'm married to now, I probably would have gone there after I retired from the Marine Corps. So
If I didn't have my daughter to think of, I would probably relocate to Canada.
Really?
Canada's too damn
Absolutely. Probably Toronto, just so I could be close to a fucking. You're in Toronto, right?
I'm not in Toronto. I'm on the fucking
Where you
coast, buddy. I'm in
He's on
Vancouver.
the coast. He's in
Well, yeah, but I'm an
Vancouver.
American. I have a terrible education.
Hey, I gotta tell you this. I was stationed that reserve unit I was telling you about there in Maine.
Yep.
So I lived in near Portland, Maine I had a house near Portland, Maine for 3 years. My family lived there. I never made it to Canada because we were deployed. And that's one of the things that really bothered me is like that's one of the things I want to do. I want to go to Nova Scotia and then make the drive across from Nova Scotia. And I want to do Frontier Days out west. Where's that at? Where's your Frontier Days? Up north of Montana.
That's Alberta. Well, Montana borders Alberta and BC. A little bit of BC, but mostly
Okay,
Alberta.
it's in Alberta. So I'm confused because I don't know whether to be a redneck or a pot smoker. So
Well, here's the thing. Here's the question. Here's the question.
You can be both.
Can you say, I like that goddamn chili, it's better than shit, and if you put it on top of my head, my tongue will beat a hole to the top of my head to get to it?
no, but I can say, God damn, that's a large rattlesnake.
All right, well, you're a redneck. It's fine. I mean, you're not a full-blown redneck, but you're close.
Hey, Stags.
I'm not a full-blown redneck. My whole family's redneck. I've been traveling too much to be a redneck. You gotta have your own watering hole to be a redneck.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I don't have my own watering hole, so
You can always dig one in the backyard if you want.
yeah. I don't know. I came to the Carolinas because I went to Parris Island to be a drill instructor, and I love it. I love California too, but price of living is a lot different out there. And I figured that the Marine Corps would send me back to California after I got done at Parris Island, and I never made it back to California except to train at 29 Palms out in the desert after this. So,
well, just so you know, Alberta here in Canada is Canada's Texas, pretty much.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that people are carrying swords on their hips?
They have
They're
big
carrying-
rodeos with
the rodeos.
and covered wagons and Indian
Oh, yeah.
roundups and all that crap.
Oh yeah. The Calgary Stampede, and
That's it. That's the one I was thinking of.
yeah. And I got to tell you, I've been there once to a Calgary Stampede, and they got the Calgary Stampede burgers that they make there. They're he fell away again. Stop touching your phone, Duke. And they make these burgers there. They're called Bear Claw burgers or something like that, or Stampede burgers, and they are the best fucking burgers because they have the Alberta Angus beef there.
Yeah,
and that's the top of the line that you can get for beef.
They also do the buffalo out there too, like they do from that strip down to Texas in the U.S.
Yeah,
and them beefalo burgers, god damn,
beefalos.
That's some good meat.
Also, I like the bison steaks. We had bison steaks once, and they were delicious.
Yeah,
I like moose myself. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had moose
roast
or moose.
But you are Canadian, so that makes sense.
Let me tell you a story about a moose. Okay.
All right. Is his name
Bullwinkle? And we have 3 buses full of Marine reserves getting ready to go somewhere. And because we're transporting weapons with the Marines, there's people carrying pistols with ammo. Well, the lead greyhound smacks a moose. Of course, it doesn't kill the moose, but it broke 2 of its legs.
Wow.
So they put 9mm rounds into that moose's skull trying to kill it.
Yeah, they're not easy animals to take down.
And then finally, on the 9th one, they got it.
That's funny. I grew up, growing up, I lived in Alaska for 4 years. Eagle River, to be exact. And we had a moose that would come back every year, and we would feed him gummy worms. He would walk up. He would come up to my balcony. He would come up to my balcony and put his face up there, and I'd feed him gummy worms. And he would get, satiated on gummy worms, and he'd go on about his business. It was fine.
That's funny.
My encounter with a moose was during rut, which is their mating season. And I was working landscaping at a little hotel in Banff. And this thing was, because during rut, they're all over the fucking place. They're walking around on golf courses. They're walking around on every street.
Humping everything.
Yeah, jumping on backs of cars. It was pretty funny to watch. And I was working, and I took the wheelbarrow with all the tools, and I put it back in the shed. And I noticed one was kind of heading towards the hotel that I was working at. And I'm watching this moose walk around, and he starts to angle towards me, and I'm like, oh, he's just going to go and do whatever. So I put the wheelbarrow inside the giant tool shed that we had there. And the door, of course, it's on a spring, so it auto shuts. So, and I turn around to go back out of this thing, and I open the door, and he's right there. There's just this snout right in front of my face. Well, a little bit higher because they're fucking huge.
Yeah. They're enormous.
Yeah. So, and it just kind of, it goes, it does one of them kind of grunty things. And I just shut the door real quick and latched it. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait here because, I didn't want to be mounted by a moose, because it's rut season. Right. So, and I kind of lift the latch and I look out, and I just seen him walking towards the street again. I'm like, okay, it's safe to go back out there. But I just about shit myself when I opened the door and saw him just right there.
Well, you should. Mooses are fucking dangerous as fuck, dude. They fuck people up. Like, it's one of those things in Alaska where it's just like people get fucked up by mooses more often than they get fucked up by anything else. Like, they're like fucking bulls. You know what I mean? They're like big ass fucking bulls. They weigh like a fucking ton. They're huge. They will fuck you up.
Been a long time since you've been in my chat, Mr. Majors. What the fuck, dude? You should jump in here with us if you're able to. I can send you
Holy shit, is the mustache there?
The mustache is here.
The mustache. I love the mustache.
Mr. Mustache.
He's such a handsome fella.
He is. Let's see if I can find him. Oops.
So when did you first start playing, Neil?
Fuck. When I lived in Israel, I've been in band and stuff like that all through school. Like in elementary school, I learned to play trumpet and recorder and stuff like that. I never really did much singing until I got into high school. Then I joined a choir. So I did some singing in the choir. I started learning how to play like piano and stuff like that, but that didn't really stick. So I figured, fuck it, you know what? I'm pretty decent singer, so that's what I think I'll end up doing in a band, right? And I play some harmonica too, so I could do that too if I really wanted to. But I haven't picked one up. I haven't picked one up in probably 20 years, so I'd have to sort of relearn it. You know what I mean? But anyway, I didn't get actually serious about being in bands until I was in Israel. We formed a band when I lived there with a bunch of the guys at school there, because we had a drummer, a keyboardist, a bass player, a lead guitarist, and we did some Sabbath stuff, and we did some Zeppelin stuff back in the day. And then that kind of lasted for the couple of years I was there, and then I moved back to Canada, and didn't really get involved with music much at that point. I was way too busy being a little shithead and partying all the time. And then probably in my early 30s, we put together the current band that I'm in now. We put together another band that I was in called Unglued for a few years, and then that band sort of fell apart. And then my friend Will, who was my original lead guitar player, he was my lead until he passed away. And then we started a band called Hunker Down. And we decided we didn't really care for the name, and there was some other band that was upset with us for using it. So we said, all right, well, we recorded our album without a name, and we're sitting in the studio, and I'm looking at all the equipment, and I go, hey, that one says Threshold. I like that word, Threshold. Let's use that. So we started using Threshold, and eventually somebody from the band Threshold in England, who'd been around since 93, threatened us with a lawsuit.
Of course.
So I had to change the name again. So I was into kind of ancient languages at the time, and I looked up what threshold might be in Latin. And of course, I didn't really care for the word. It was like limen or something shit like that. Oh, hey, Jim, I didn't even send you the link. How'd you get in here?
Hey, man.
Hang on. Anyway, so I thought, okay, well, there's one that says On the Threshold, which is liminis, which is what we ended up being. And I've been with those guys ever since. So probably 20 years at least as a quasi-professional garage band, playing around local scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, how many gigs do y'all average a month?
Right now, we haven't gigged since 2014.
Oh.
Because we lost a guitar player. He passed away due to an embolism.
Well, at your heyday, at your
heyday, probably 4 or 5 a month, I guess.
That's pretty good.
You know, we go out every other weekend and play at a couple clubs and shit like that. So, or even sometimes weeknights, because a lot of the clubs around here don't get a lot of people in during the week. So we'd throw some weekday stuff, and a lot of our friends would come and watch, right? So we'd fill up the places, and they like that too. So yeah, and then so now we're just we've had revolving members of the band for the last couple of years, and I'm concerned about my new bass player Brian, who, by the way, is fucking phenomenal. He's works in an old folks home, and there's a lot of the old folks homes here in Vancouver have been hit by this COVID because of the workers that come in, right? So
because they're the most susceptible,
right? So I'm concerned that he may not be able to join us again for a little while. So it'll just be myself and the drummer and the guitar player just writing some new material, I think, for the next little while.
Well, I'm a bass player.
I know you are. But you live in Florida, man.
What kind of music do you play, Duke?
Whatever strikes my fancy. I'm mostly a funk player.
Cool.
Mostly play like funk, things like that, but I can play anything.
You play mean skin flute.
I mean, I play an awful skin flute. It's ridiculous. Like the neighbors call the cops. It's
Well, you shouldn't be playing it on the porch. That's you need one side to do that.
Don't take it out in public. Don't take it out in public, because it puts you in the dark. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, Jim? It's been a while since I've had you in one of these.
I'm dirty as hell.
I'm still here. I'll be right back.
Just got finished working in the garden.
Ah. So you thought you'd come and share that dirt with us?
Well, I don't know. I saw a link and I was like, I haven't talked to Neil in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, dude.
And Duke, I haven't talked to you in fucking forever, dude. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you, sir?
Good, man. Good. Miss talking to you.
Still as handsome as ever. You know, you can talk to me anytime you want. Just shoot me a link to something. We'll sit down and talk anytime.
Well, yeah. Well, last time we had talked, it was over text. I think you had left Twitter.
I didn't leave Twitter. I got fucking banned because.
Well, yeah, but then you like didn't come back.
I didn't come back for a minute. I got banned because I think it's because I told a certain Catholic that if he used a certain, if he used like a good soothing saline rinse, he could rinse the sand out of his vagina, and then he could use a nice, ointment on whatever hole hurt him the worst. And they didn't think that was as funny as I thought it was.
I hear there's a neti pot attachment for that.
Yeah. You just hook it up into your lover's nose. You hook it up in your lover's nose, and it runs out of their mouth into your vagina.
That sounds like some stuff you need to be holding a crystal while doing.
Yeah.
Holding a crystal, yeah.
You hold a crystal and you think about positive thoughts. You gotta make sure it's charged.
If it's not charged, then you're fucked.
candle.
You gotta wait for like the next full moon,
You charge it up. Yeah, that's right. I used to do that shit too, man. Holy crap.
Christ.
I bought two crystals because I was just curious.
You got into crystals?
I held them in my hand. Well, I tried a lot of different stuff. I was thinking about being a Wiccan.
Yeah, I was a Wiccan for a while.
And I went to like one session and I'm just like, no, hell no, get me the fuck out of here. These people are fucking nuts. And then, but in the meantime, in fact, I still got them. I'm not sure where they're at right now, but I got two crystals of some sort. They came in a plastic like jewel box. And I got them somewhere, and they're like, you're supposed to hold. You get two because you're supposed to hold one in one hand and one in the other hand, right. And then it does.
Yeah, you got to complete the circuit.
Your energies or whatever. And I just like, you know what? That was a fucking waste of money.
Were you grounded?
Cool, yeah, did you have your shoes on or?
No, I was outside with my feet bare on the ground.
Yeah. I kind of got into it for a split second. I got wasted in Vegas, and I woke up with a $160 Himalayan salt rock lamp that I couldn't take back.
Holy shit!
And so I started doing research on it. I was like, surely this has got to be like something good's got to come out of this, like maybe like purifying ions in the air or something like that.
No,
fucking no. It just fucking smells weird. That's it.
Do you know why those things are orange and pinkish colors? Because that's rust, people. That's what happens to the
it oxidates.
Salt.
It's a healing color. It's healing color.
Yeah, no, it's rust.
It's funny.
You're releasing rust molecules into the air.
I actually considered like converting to paganism for a little while to see if it would do something, based on the fact that I never tried anything but Christianity and atheism. So I thought maybe I'm just not giving other avenues enough of a try. And then I thought about it and went, no.
Well, you look into it, and like you remember I told that story about how I tried to do that money spell with the actual silver dollar in the bottom of a ceramic bowl, half full of water, catch the full moon in the image, and then do your chanting or whatever.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
And then of course I did make some money, but it was because of an ad I put in the paper to sell my VCR. So that's back when, kids, that's back when we had VCRs.
Jesus Christ, Neil!
You know how to make money?
How fucking old are you, buddy?
You know how to get money with all that stuff?
VCRs?
Don't. Oh yeah.
You get a time machine and you go back 20 years.
Somebody gave me Marianne, whatever her name is, that really weird woman who was a candidate for a while. Marianne, whatever, with the attraction stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The laws of attraction, all that shit.
Yeah. She's got this big line. I mean, it's bigger than the Bible. She wrote a book and it's bigger than the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The Code, isn't that what it's called? Or no, that's not it.
I don't remember. I still got it on my bookshelf. But you start reading it, and you're like, nah, this is crazy. And I read some other laws of attraction stuff, and it's like, you have to say it exactly right.
Yeah.
If you're not saying it exactly right, you're screwing yourself. Like, you can't use present tense. You can't use future tense. You can't highlight your want. You can't highlight your need. You got to act like you already have it.
I think there's something to that, though. I really do, and I think that you have to say it exactly the way it is, and the fact that you realized you weren't saying it right or whatever, it means that you weren't confident, and I think that doing stuff like that, something ritualistic, and that you have to get it right, and then that you got it right, so that you just await the results. I think there's a lot of placebo effect going on there, where it increases your confidence and self-esteem, and
there's nothing wrong with having confidence and self-esteem, but you cannot, no matter how much you fucking think so, you cannot will something into existence.
No, you know what?
Happen.
You can if you.
But I'm regularly.
Hold on.
I know you're right, but I am constantly trying to will celestial titties into existence. That's something I'm always doing.
What are celestial titties?
The kind of titty that's not connected to somebody, you can give it a squeeze and nobody gets offended.
Do they have the bumpy nipples? Like the little nice little bumpy little braille nipples?
Yeah.
Braille nipples?
Yeah.
Mind people?
Little braille nipples. You give them a twist. Give them a twist with a thumb. You give them a squeeze, and they go away, and nobody's hurt because they're not connected to anything. They're just ethereal fucking titties.
Oh my goodness.
Real fucking titties.
Oh, you guys know Purple Rhymes with Orange, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did some donations so that he could move to out of the shit town he was in and back into Minnesota, and he was sending away little thank you gifts to everybody, and I got mine in the mail today, and I opted for the Lego figures of the Wizard of Oz guys. So there's like the Tin Man. And of course Dorothy.
That's cool.
And of course Dorothy has to come with a little Lego Toto. And dude, I ain't finished here. What are you doing? And hang on. And the Scarecrow. Oh, he's got a diploma that comes with it, which is awesome.
Neil with his magic hat. Yeah, things that.
Scarecrow's not worth a fuck unless it has a diploma.
That's right. And of course, the Cowardly Lion, who apparently was in two pieces.
Hey, I've got a quick question. I've got a friend of mine that was literally just.
I don't believe you don't have any friends.
No, I don't have any. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes me.
I used to be his friend before I thought he disappeared, and I stopped talking to him. Apparently,
because nobody likes me. It's fine. I'm fine with that. But I have a friend whose name is Tony, and she got quarantined for 2 weeks and lost all of her money. And I've got a GoFundMe that I've been pushing on Facebook, but I haven't pushed it on Twitter yet. And I was wondering if you guys would help me put it out there.
For sure, man. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll post it on Twitter in the next little while. I put 100 towards it.
Wow, good for you.
I'm trying to raise 500.
Are you you're working, obviously, because this is like a time where they need people. Because you'd be considered as an essential service, right?
I'm essential services at both my jobs, but like the flow of people into the ER has dropped by 2/3. So we're getting cut also.
Well, why is that? Did you guys get a clinic or something?
No.
Interesting. You figure
I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this: that I work at Lowe's also. Lowe's shot me $150 for hazard pay. The hospital has given me nothing, and they basically said, "Suck it. There's not enough patients to have you here." Go home.
Is the hospital not anticipating like future increase? Like
they will change the schedule as it changes, but in terms of right now, we're not having the kind of patient influx that is required for my staff. So we're getting cut.
Wow.
Jeez, man. Sorry to hear that.
No,
because we're not quite at the peak of everything yet. I mean, the shit's supposed to hit the fan yet.
No, see, now someone else was saying that today, and I'm like, that's not according to the data that I saw. It works with some reports that came through that we get. It's the curves are starting to arc down now. So, but that's not. Let's not get all hopeful, because a lot of times what they do is they'll do this, and then they'll rock it back up for a bit, and then they ends up doing the whole, the way.
No,
right? So,
fucking stay home.
Yes, exactly.
For God's sake, stay home unless you need something. You go out and get what you need, but stay fucking home.
Did you see that song that I posted earlier? The old guy singing the "Stay the fuck home" song, or whatever. Have you seen that? Check my Twitter. It's fucking hilarious.
I haven't left the farm. Like I'm good.
I mean, last week, working at Lowe's, people were coming through buying flowers. Oh, I've got to fucking have something to do during this quarantine, so I'm gonna come here and buy a bunch of flowers, or I'm gonna buy a bunch of fucking cabinetry shit.
Buy a fucking casket while you're at it.
It's like I'm gonna go ahead and do all these daddy do lists. It's like, go fucking home, fucking dickhead.
You're not. Like, and what they don't get is it's not just themselves that they're endangering.
Yeah, it's people they care about that may not
so
survive.
Fucking selfish. So selfish.
Yeah.
Dude, it's me. It's my loved ones. What I want to say to them is, how fucking happy would you be if you gave me COVID? I gave it to my niece and she fucking died. Would you be happy
the thing about that is he would never know, probably.
They would never know. And they don't give a shit. It fucking sucks, man. It fucking sucks. But you know what? Here I am. I got fucking reprimanded because one person was buying all these flowers and she was like, "I'm a nurse and I appreciate what you're doing." And I said, "You're right." I was like, "You're right. I'm here to facilitate your emergency needs. Everything that you need to survive." And she got offended because I was shooting her straight. Like, you're here buying fucking flowers for your garden. You're a nurse. You understand the fucking complications of what's going on. But you're still here buying shit you don't need because you're bored. Like, get the fuck out of here. Dude. Get the fuck out of here, man. Don't fucking come to me with that bullshit.
Most people don't understand. You have all the entertainment you need right between your legs all day long.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm chafed, okay?
Well, you're not using the right kind of lubricant, sir.
Well, right. It's triple antibiotic ointment now. It's just straight up Neosporin, nothing else.
Neosporin. That way it heals at the same time. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah. I accidentally fucked up and I got the one with lidocaine in it. Just couldn't feel shit.
They call that stay ointment.
Yeah, why is this taking so long?
God damn it, Jim. God damn it, Jim. I love you. You son of a bitch. I love you so much. That was fucking.
And now for something we hope you'll really enjoy.
Oh, priceless, buddy. Priceless, dude. Like, I swear to God.
That was quite the Rocky impression there, IQ.
Yeah, I'll be here all week.
Well, yeah, you're in quarantine.
Well, you were done digging in your hat, so I mean, it was a good time.
I love how people that were once viewed as dirt heads who couldn't fucking afford or couldn't find better jobs are now considered fucking essential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't a better word for us be sacrificial? I mean, all things considered. All things considered, you have to get your fucking toilet paper, you've got to get your goddamn groceries. People that can afford to fucking stay home.
Or at least call them something cool, like the BFM, like the bare fucking minimum.
Good advice, native atheist, by the way. Yeah, if you have COVID, ibuprofen will fuck you up.
Really?
Don't touch ibuprofen. Leave it alone. Stick to like the acetaminophen or the Tylenols type stuff.
I mean, across the board, ibuprofen's bad for you, period.
Oh, yeah. Shit on kidneys.
What is it that COVID does? Does that do like the restriction of breathing?
Yeah. COVID attacks your lung cells. It infects your lung cells and produces thousands within a single cell, and then they break out and they start infecting all your other fucking cells. So even if you do survive COVID, your lungs will never be the same afterwards.
Yeah. On top of that, COVID exacerbates your fucking immune system. So it causes your immune system to attack your healthy lung cells.
Yeah.
So by the time you defeat COVID, you're susceptible to the bacteria in your body that it infects your fucking lungs in your body and kills you. Organ death. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, that scares the shit out of me. That's happened with my heart. Like that's how I had a heart attack. It was a viral infection in my lungs.
Yeah, but you know what? It's okay because it's all just a goddamn Chinese conspiracy to fucking take Trump down.
Well, I haven't eaten any Chinese food. At first, I thought they were saying Corolla virus, and I didn't drive my Toyota for like a month.
You should see all the coronavirus memes in Spanish.
Well,
with all the Corona beer. The thing that I was impressed by, though, is how they're talking about all these additional medical problems you're going to have. Just like Duke was just mentioning, we're talking about another 10 years of serious medical issues, pretty much population-wide.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like you have 40 fucking however many thousands of people you have dead. Like the fucking number of people that die from this disease is.
Hi, Donna.
It's unheard of.
And while it's a distant thought, like it's ways down the road, and it's not something that we should be focusing on right now. But eventually, the housing market, banks, just the economy in general, we're going to see another huge recession.
Oh God, a huge recession.
Even with this quote unquote stimulus package, with everybody getting their little check from the government.
I mean,
it's not going to stop anything.
No, it's not. Especially whenever he's not. There's going to be so many people out there without jobs, so without insurance, and now he's doing away with Obamacare. So, so that's great.
Moron.
Yeah, because fuck the people that fucking live. Fuck the people that can't fucking afford to buy fucking insurance. They could just die.
Right. Or they can go to the hospital, just rack up tons of man hours that nobody's going to get paid for, and just fuck everybody all the way up the chain.
Yeah, right, all the way up the chain. You can come to the hospital. We can fucking accumulate enormous amounts of fucking debt that they can't fucking pay, but the hospital can't fucking.
Trump's got that sign on the front of his desk thing. Most presidents have, the buck stops here. Well, for Trump, it literally stops like at the front of his desk. He's like, it doesn't get to me. Like that's where it stops. That's the finish line.
Oh, fuck, you do pretty good, Trump.
No further.
Oh, is that Captain Morgan?
That's Captain Morgan.
I love him already. Awesome.
Is that an English bulldog?
Yep.
No, it's American.
I got 2 English bulldogs. The other one's right here. Let's see if I can catch her. Whoa.
In the wrestling days, we used to call them British Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah?
Well, there was a wrestling team called the British Bulldogs.
Well, that was pre-Brexit.
There she is. Aww. There's Anne Bonnie.
Bulldogs are great.
I would show you my
what I do. I walk my bulldogs, and I enjoy the retired life.
Yeah, you bastard. I still got some years ahead of me. But what I do is fun and interesting, and I actually really enjoy my job, and they pay me pretty damn good. And we're getting extra danger pay now because of the whole COVID-19 thing, because I'm considered an essential service. I'm like, why the hell am I essential? I work in a fucking lab. But anyway.
Well, here's the funny thing.
Because you're Neil.
Here's the funny thing. Lowe's sent me a fucking disaster paycheck, but the hospital I work at didn't send me shit.
I know, which is weird.
They're like, "Fuck you."
Hey, Mikey.
Fuck you.
Are they federally funded or is it private hospital?
Hospital, and what they're doing is they are putting as many nurses as they can in the regular wards, dealing with regular patients, and then cutting their hours.
Everywhere else.
Yeah, and then so they're still working, be it doctors or nurses, because I know several of each. But they're working the regular patients, which they're cutting back on because all types of procedures, everything that's not emergency services has been canceled. But they're saving them so that if the they're saving their hours up so that when the COVID crisis hits here in the what they call the triangle, the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area in North Carolina, they can have as many hours as they want, at first without having to pay overtime because they've given them fewer hours before then. And I think that's just cold-blooded, cold-hearted. That's
Yep, I agree.
Well, you also have to take into consideration like what the quality of work is like being there. So you're talking like back-to-back patients, and I'm sure that they were already like that before, but now you get in a rush. There's nobody there to back you up. I mean, I can imagine what it must be like for most doctors and nurses around the world. It's crazy.
Well, it's ridiculous is what it is. I work at an ER and it's fucking crazy. Like they don't have masks. We don't. I work as an administrative person for ER. So when somebody comes in to be treated in the ER, they see me first. I type them up, I get them put into the system, and I check their
insurance card,
that kind of thing.
And then you mace them with Lysol.
Yeah, and then I set them on fire. What I do is I set them on fire, and I tell them that if they can survive that, they can survive anything. Just fuck them. You know what I mean? I despise all of them.
I'm full of confidence.
I fucking hate all of them. Anyways, no.
Be strong. It's almost over.
I don't even have a mask. They don't give me a mask.
Well,
so
I just don't breathe when you're at work.
So
you don't need a mask.
And everybody's equipped. Everybody's given one mask, and they have to keep up with that mask.
What kind of mask is it?
Do you have to wash it? What?
Ask the questions one at a time.
Do you have to wash it or what?
Do I have to what?
Wash it.
No, I mean I don't have one.
Oh.
I mean, even though I deal with the patients one-on-one, I'm not deemed to be a person who
enough to have one.
Right.
Are you allowed to bring your own?
I mean, maybe if I could find one, but the masks have been bought out from everything around me, so there's nowhere to find one. So
I have two regulation ones. I'd be happy to send you one. It's new. It hasn't been opened. Still in the plastic.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, it's an in. I have it somewhere. I gotta think where it is. I think it's out at my shop. But I'll message you. Oh, I can go on my Amazon and see what it is.
I've got the N95 ones at work, but if you've got facial hair, they don't work.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right. You can't. Your facial hair doesn't. Like, I fail the fucking. I fail that test every year because I always have a beard. So
me too.
But I mean, like, if they were gonna supply me with a mask, I would fucking. I just do the beard off.
You just tuck the stash inside.
Somebody asked me, like, between my job at Lowe's and my job at the hospital, somebody asked me, like, how are you protecting yourself from getting this virus? And I said, the likelihood of my not getting this virus is fucking slim to none. Like, there's a very high likelihood I'm just going to be.
There's a very high likelihood everyone in the world will get it at some point.
Jeez.
If not in this iteration, in the third or fourth evolution of it.
Yep. Well, the thing about this virus, the thing about the coronavirus is or the COVID-19 coronavirus, most like average flu and cold type viruses have more than one strain of RNA in them. With the COVID, it only has one. So it's a slow process in evolutionary stage or evolutionary process for the coronavirus. So it doesn't evolve as quickly as the flus and colds that we're commonly aware of. That's why they mutate so fast. Because the other ones can leave different copies, and then they mix and mingle their copies, and then they mutate. And we have the same. There's only so many coronaviruses, but they mutate. So every year we have to get re-inoculated for the latest version of said flu or cold. And the coronavirus only has one RNA copy, so that's why it bursts into.
For now.
Well, no. It doesn't work that way. Hang on, I'll explain in a second here. When it gets into your lung cells, it produces copies of itself, and they cannot interchange because they only have one RNA strand in each of these viruses, so they can't swap them. They don't have multiples where they can swap them. So basically, they turn your lung cells, or they get inside them, and then they produce more of themselves, and then they burst out and they infect more cells. And then, of course, like we were talking about earlier, your immune system kicks in overdrive and starts killing the rest of your healthy cells all around.
Right. Well, that's slightly right, but it's almost right. So the coronavirus actually produces signals that cause your immune system to overreact.
Yes. I just didn't. I negated that part. You're right. That's my bad.
So if the coronavirus affects your lungs and your immune system attacks the coronavirus, and the coronavirus is sent out, I don't know the word for it because I'm not fucking clinical, but it sends out fucking markers that causes your immune system to overreact and attack not just the coronavirus, but your actual healthy lung tissue.
Antibodies
so the
do
entire
that
thing,
anyway.
Right. So it sends out, but they wouldn't do it if the coronavirus didn't exacerbate your
True. It wouldn't
immune
not to that
system.
scale. That's right. Yes.
All right.
So the coronavirus exacerbates your immune system to a point where it actually attacks your healthy lung tissue and destroys it. And then once you have defeated the coronavirus, that's all well and good, but your immune system is shot and it can't defend itself against the bacteria that is attacking your lungs, which moves into your blood system, which moves to your organs, which kills you.
Yes.
The mask is an N95 respirator filtering face piece respirator.
Mm-hmm. N95,
not to be mistaken with the N95 particulate.
Right? No, it's not. This is a 0.3 microns.
Yeah, you're thinking.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not thinking of R95 IQ?
No. It says N95. It's on my. I'm looking.
No,
at it.
N95 is for viral, but or stuff like that. But R95 is particulate, like particulate matter, like drywall dust and shit like that. I think.
No. It's a filtering face piece respirator. It's a respirator.
Oh, so it's got the little. Okay, right. I actually have an actual respirator here, but like I said, you can't really wear it if you have facial hair. Doesn't do shit.
I have a gas mask with a canister, but I mean that's it.
If you have facial hair, it more or less fucking makes you.
No, Donna,
that's why I have a gas mask. It seals like this.
Yeah. Donna, an immunosuppressant suppresses your immune system, so no, you do not want to be anywhere near the virus if you're on that shit.
You don't want to be anywhere.
Respirators, like if you've got one that's working really good, those things are kind of difficult to get used to breathing in. Yeah. And if they're not tightly fit, the air is just getting sucked right in through wherever your facial hair is. I mean, it needs to be fucking tight.
And if you're working hard, you get that humid, sweaty breathing.
I run into that all the time. I run into that with people that are wearing masks at Lowe's, or they have gloves on. It's like, you don't understand cross-contamination. Like you're literally touching everything that might have COVID-19, and you're touching your keys and your phone and your purse.
They'll unload the groceries in your car with the gloves on.
And then you get to your house and you take the gloves off because you think you're fucking protecting yourself, but you're not. Like,
if you guys want to learn a lot of the information I just repeated, I learned just recently watching Godless Engineers talk with Stated Clearly, who knows, he's a scientist, so he knows all this stuff. So if you guys check out Godless Engineers video where he talks to Stated Clearly, and he'll teach you Donna wants me to shave and wear a mask. I'm not shaving.
No, don't shave.
You should shave.
No, that's not.
I'll kiss you twice if you shave.
Oh, well, then fuck, I have to shave now. Give me a second. I'll go.
But you'll lose pizzazz.
Jim, I'll kiss you too if you shave.
No, you can't. No, Jim's not allowed to shave that epic stash. I'm sorry, but that's just not happening. Not on my watch, people.
I said if I got to 1,000 subs that I would, but that was like Christmas.
Yeah, but I'll make out with you. I'll commit. I'll commit full blown. I'll pull your hair, everything.
You won't do that anyways?
Well, yeah, I will. I
probably wouldn't survive this if I got
it. I totally will. But like, I just want you to shave your mustache off.
Well, why? Why would you want that? Why would you wish that upon me?
I don't know, buddy.
He's a demon. That's why he's a demon.
I'm a contrarian, dude. I'm a contrarian.
I don't know. Okay, so like, I never told anybody this, but like, I can feel Wi-Fi signals with my mustache. Like, I just get near him and it just buzzes.
You know what? I bet you it looked like he was about 15 if you shaved, Jim.
Probably, right?
I was gonna say 17, but yeah, you're not far off.
When I was in my 20s to 30s, every time I shave, people would look at me and they go, "Holy fuck, you look like you're 12."
Oh man.
Well, that's what Jim's also isn't it? Though
detachable. He takes it off every night and sets it in a glass of water like dentures.
It crawls off and it moonlights fighting crime. Comes back in the morning,
all tired and beat up.
Like, whose blood is this?
Yeah. Where's that glass I'm supposed to be in? Like your dentures.
Crazy.
Does it have like mustache a dent or something? Like, never mind. I was reaching there.
Dent.
Like,
that's gonna end up as a meme at some point. So I mean, we got to get this right.
Yeah. Please. IQ's all over that shit, and he'll have that up by sundown. I'm pretty sure.
But it doesn't matter. We'll never see it.
Why? You're on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I am. I am on Twitter.
And you're in my group. You have to be in my group because that's.
I am in your group. That's where I got the link.
That's what I was just going to say. So IQ will come up with something.
If I post a meme that I made it, like out of
fucking hilarious.
I hardly ever post a meme that I didn't personally make.
Wait, what are we talking
Twitter
about?
As inquisitive, or does he have a different name? Do you have a different name on Twitter?
No, he's IQ.
Inquisitive Qua 1 or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
All right, where's my phone? I'm looking you up right now.
Oh yeah. Follow IQ. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you want to know his Twitter handle and you want to know what your phone is?
Don't do that. It's a bad idea.
Mikey.
I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life. This is
Mikey.
Hey, Mikey.
What's up, y'all?
Man, my libido now. How you doing?
Hey. How we doing out there? How we doing?
Mikey came in specifically to give Duke shit about saying he got a standing ovation for singing Al Green's "Let's Get It On."
I did.
I actually just. I did. I heard that we're all shaving Neil. That's why I joined in. So, like, are we carpooling? We probably shouldn't do that. We'll all drive separate.
Yeah, you can't socially distance yourself in a carpool.
Yeah.
We
can convoy.
I'm at work the other day, and I just finished doing the inventory and stuff. And of course, I have to go make copies. So I have to take the staple out and then make the copies and then restaple it. So I go to one of the girls' desks up front, and I lean into the stapler like this. And I'm like, sorry, Jen, just back away and I'll staple and I'll be out of your face. She goes, oh, sure. Just hover around my table. Like, everyone come hover around my table. And I'm like, you just got out of a fucking vehicle that you were less than 2 feet away from the driver. Don't give me this shit. And she stormed off to the bathroom. And then
everybody's paranoid. I saw a video of like some guy like got too close to this man in the store and he turned around and just started kicking the shit out of him.
Because that's a good idea. What a fucking
extreme.
All around me are familiar faces.
I mean, Duke, I was just pointing out that let's get it on. That was Marvin Gaye, motherfucker.
Yeah,
it wasn't Marvin Gaye. No. Let's get it on, Marvin Gaye. I didn't say Marvin Gaye. I said let's say together.
You said let's get it on by Al Green.
No, I didn't I? You cunt.
What the hell happened there?
You caught me slipping, you son of a bitch. You caught me slipping. Fuck you, man.
I didn't even catch that. Normally I would. I think something's going on here because there's too many people using the internet because all my guests keep popping in and out.
I want to make fun of you.
I'm gonna pop out. But first I'm gonna say, Jim, your mustache, you should shave it. Not because I think it's bad, but because I want to see what you look like without the mustache. I think you'd be just as handsome without it.
But it has to have meaning. Like there's got to be some sort of like momentous occasion. Like I got to get laid.
Shave it off with the COVID virus. Be like, I shaved my mustache because COVID-19.
No. He just wants mustache because it coughed. He just wants you to send him the mustache because he's doing some like fucked up Buffalo Bill shit.
And also IQ, yeah. Fuck you for pointing out my goddamn musical inefficiencies, you fucking dick. I know.
Didn't see that. I did not.
I totally fucked up. I fucked it up, but you know what? It's fine. Everybody knew what I meant.
Yeah, it's fine.
Love you guys.
I'm just
love you guys.
Neil, you let that one slip past you, bro. Yeah, you didn't check them.
I'll sit in the corner and feel shame for 2 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
I'm about to say, come on now, buddy. You know.
Oh, I know. Purple Rhymes with Orange is in the weight room here, so
get out.
Okay. Dude. See, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'll get out, Jim. I'll get out.
Oh, I'll talk. Oh, okay.
I'll get out.
No. I'll go. It's fine.
No.
I'll go. No, I'll go. I'm leaving anyways. Don't act like you're fucking special.
Okay, well, fine. Well, where you
never
going?
Shaving for you now. He's never shaving for you now. You can just fucking forget it.
I'll flip a coin.
Mustache
you're coming home, right? Like you're not. Where you going?
Tails, I win.
Not tonight. But if you shave that mustache, I swear to God, I'll fucking rim job you later. It'll be fine.
If you don't come home tonight, just don't come home at all.
Yeah, tell him. That's what he needs to hear. You got to be rough with him. Enough with the bullshit. Like you're like he's running wild right now, Neil, and no one is doing anything about this except for Jim because he's over here misquoting Al Green. He confused Al Green.
I don't know what to do. I did. I know that now, but it didn't even clue in earlier. Yeah.
I fucked the puppy. I fucked the puppy. I bit the puppy over and I fucked it until it died. With that,
it's at least semi-feasible. He didn't mistake the people; he mistook the songs. Let's stay together and let's get it on. I get it.
Maybe it's the let's.
Too many. It's a party foul.
It's because I've gotten the standing ovation on both of them. Fuck you guys.
Oh, now he's bragging.
See, he's wild. You guys can suck it.
You guys can suck it.
He knows everything.
Mikey,
you can't tell him nothing.
Mikey.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna spank you.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I will. I'll threaten you with a good time because it'll be a good time.
I'm going to try to break in here.
Let's be fair.
Hang on. Go ahead.
I think telling Jim to shave his mustache is like starting a combat brief in Afghanistan with "It's a good day to die."
That sounds very Klingon, by the way.
It is a good day
look. It's just my opinion that if Jim shaved his mustache,
look, now he's hiding.
It'd be interesting. Be interesting. All right, love you guys.
Wait. You
guys are all my favorite people. What?
Just 1 second.
What?
There.
Oh, look at this. Hang on here.
There
you go. There's pre-mustache Jim right there.
Yeah.
All right.
He's so handsome. He's so damn handsome.
Yeah.
You can't turn it off. That's his only flaw, Jim Majors. He just can't turn off the sex.
Come on, this. Come on.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know what he is? He's Jim Halpert with a handlebar mustache. How the hell are the rest of us supposed to be?
We're not. We're just supposed to bow to his manhood.
This is an interesting conversation here when we just get in here. No, it's
a mustache ride.
I've never heard anybody refer to a blowjob as bow to.
So Jim wasn't born with a caterpillar on his lip.
I have a what?
All right, guys. Love you.
All right.
Good night.
See you, dude.
Peace out, my man.
Be good, Duke. Be good.
And welcome to the stream, Purple Rhymes with Orange. I just wanted to let you know, I got the stuff in the mail today.
Cool.
So I was showing the guys all that stuff.
That's so cool.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
YouTube has actually gotten worse about its notifications. I didn't think that could happen.
Oh, of course it could.
It never even told me you were doing the interview tonight.
And
you're halfway through the after party.
Well, you can always go back and watch it. That's fine.
Yeah. If you hadn't put the link in the Twitter group, I would have never known about this tonight.
By the way, the Daily Atheist is now with us, Dan. I wanted to introduce you to Chris because I think you'd be. He'd love to probably have you on his show as well to talk about
Chris.
Oh, do you? Oh, well, there you go, Chris. You got a fan here. So, yeah, I can connect the two of you guys through Twitter if you'd like.
I tell Chris the same thing that I quit commenting a while back because it just seemed redundant to keep saying, "Hey, I'm here. Love you guys."
Yeah,
always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
But him and Math Pig and you are like kings of the show.
Really? Yeah, Math Pig's pretty cool. I don't know. Mikey's name is Wash Your Hands. I just noticed that just now.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Okay, Fonzie. Anyway, yeah, you've been filling in on the In Time.
Oh no, I'm not filling in. I have a slot. Thursday, 7 o'clock Central. You can catch the boy
pretty loose.
to
Dude,
crazy people.
Dude, you're not a slut. It's okay. Oh, slot. Never mind.
I have a slight list. That's my bad. That's my.
I hear that. That his slot has some wide margins.
Wide margins.
The widest. But it's gonna be cool. So Jim, you just did your episode, yeah?
Within time?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, my deconversion.
Yeah. So typically what happens on my show is I like make fun of Nick and Courtney, and then I usually have like the guests from earlier in the week.
What the fuck
to
is
come hang out? So man, Jim.
Dude, hell
yeah, Jim. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Chris, how do you not know who Mikey is?
Thursdays.
Sorry.
Thursdays at 7.
Okay. I'm co-hosting the Daily Atheist morning show tomorrow.
Okay.
But I can do the evening, afternoon.
Excellente.
Yeah, Mikey, you're gonna have to get in touch with Daily Atheist now because he has no idea who the hell you are.
That hurts my feelings.
That's fucked up, dude.
Does he have a channel?
He's a cool guy.
I already put it in the side chat.
Okay, there you go, Mikey family. There you go. You go. Yeah, Jim. Jim, you're on Chris's show tomorrow, correct?
Yes, tomorrow. Yep.
Okay. You and Mikey, you should get in touch with Chris too because you'd be a fun guest on his show too. I'm sure.
I'll do anything for
sure.
Neil.
We're having it's my first time co-hosting and we're having David Worley.
Good guy.
Oh, are you? No way.
Oh, yep.
Cool.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chris's channel's blowing the fuck up, man. Like he's had a lot of big names on there recently.
Yeah, thanks to me. They keep setting them up with everybody. Well,
that sounds like a joke, but Neil, you fucking know everybody, man. I don't know.
Neil, you are.
It's hard to say how many people have connections because of you.
I feel like I know everybody, but just nobody wants to fucking do anything.
Well, there's always people that do want to do things, Jim, and you've got. Well, there you go. He says, "Yep, thanks, Neil." But hey, old man Dan's in the chat now.
Welcome.
Okay.
He's also right here with us.
put user in timeout.
But wait, what? Don't put me in timeout. I'm on the show. What are you talking about?
No, old man Dan.
Oh! He's gonna put you in timeout, Dan.
on his first answer. If it says anything, hi.
Actually, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna, because I've had a few of these.
Yep.
I'm feeling a little bit, generous. I'm feeling a little bit more Oprah.
And you get a thing.
Oh, benevolent Neil.
The open.
I don't want a sedan that's going to end up costing me thousands of dollars.
Don't worry, you'll be okay.
She was handing out them Ford Tauruses like they were fucking Skittles.
Like Oprah, look under your chair. Everybody gets a Taurus.
Everyone, yeah, or a spanner. Isn't that what they call that?
Like a wrench, like a crescent wrench.
Yeah. Ooh, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure. Yeah, spanner.
Since you posted in the chat there, old man Dan, you are now officially a moderator. So you'll be blue when you talk in my chats.
Oh, God. I don't know what to do with that thing.
You don't have to do anything.
Okay.
They'll think
it's super easy. Just if there's anybody with a black name, you just have to remove them from the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. If they do something inappropriate, you can delete their asses. And
without the wrench, I never get to do anything because there's always somebody who's faster on the keyboard than I am.
Ain't that the truth?
That's my story too, right?
Just wait for a new guy, and then just remove him, and then nobody will ever know.
So
I have a clipboard with like everybody's everything on it. So like I anticipate who I'm going to run into a lot of the time. So I just have everything ready for the clipboard. And I just go to my little shill library, pluck this link out, that link out, have it all ready on my clipboard. So just boop, boop, done.
IQ, the master wingman.
Yeah.
A shill clipboard. I kind of like that idea.
I need to do that for my SJ responses.
I've been thinking about starting a Discord that is nothing but my shill library. No really chats or anything like that. It's just a reference to everybody that I've met. There's currently 167 people in my shill library, all of their any Discord channels, their YouTube channel, Patreon, PayPal, any fucking link, books they've had out, everything that's pertinent to whoever this fucking person is in there. And it's a lot of shit.
That would actually be useful.
Speaking of Discord,
but to transfer all that over, oh god, it's a lot. It's a lot of typing.
You can't just do copy and paste on it.
I'm talking. That's with copy and pasting. It's like everybody that I've ran into that has done anything. There's a lot of people that just ran into in side chats and stuff like that, but they're not really out there doing anything or whatever. There's a lot of people that I could add to it, but
like me,
anybody that's doing anything.
Yeah.
No, you do shit.
Well, that'd be useful because a lot of times it's like, I see somebody on YouTube and I wonder, how to contact them privately. So if you had like their Twitter handle or that on there.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons that I'm trying to keep all my shit simple. I don't want to use the not so young grunt like I have on Twitter very much longer. I'm trying to get everything switched over to old man Dan, but I think if
once you do that, let me know and I'll shill the shit out of you so you can get some followers.
I'll
back up to where you were. And don't worry, everyone here will help out.
Well, I'm going to be having to get a new population because almost all my followers on Twitter so far are because of Bulldogs and Marine Corps stuff.
Well, yeah, no doubt. The Bulldogs are awesome. And of course, any serviceman deserves attention in my books. So,
yeah, well.
Yep. Yeah, except those damn jarheads.
Well,
all of them except the Marine.
I'm guilty of that. But, I had a hard time, when people first started telling me, thank you for your service, it was pretty hard because I'd be like, motherfucker, I didn't do it for you cocksucker.
Yeah, it's awkward to me. Like still to this day, when somebody does it, like if I'm wearing like a Navy shirt out or something like that, come up and say, thank you for your service, or and I'm just like you're welcome. I don't know. What do I say?
Dude, seriously, you think about it. He goes far enough back that I like the background, Mikey. Like, because of people like you, we're not speaking fucking German right now, or Russian, or whatever.
True.
Some of us still speak German, but recreation.
Of course.
I'm trying to learn French.
Well, you can come to Canada. That's apparently our second language.
Yeah.
But on the West Coast, though, we don't speak French here. We don't even have it on our street signs like they wanted us to have. So our stop signs just say stop. That's it. They don't say arrête or whatever the fuck it is in French. I don't even know. But we got forced. I failed French in high school. I'm like,
Let's stop.
Let's stop. Yeah, it's not a Looney Tune cartoon. Le barber. That. You know?
I took Spanish, but I already knew it. It was a breeze.
And that's El stop.
El stop.
No. You gotta add the L.
El Stapo for masculine.
El Stapo.
And then El Stapa.
It's actually alto.
Your glass.
People don't know that was a retired drug cartel member. He changed his name after retiring to El Stapo.
El Stapo.
Yo, did you see what they?
Well, as long as it's not Gestapo.
Yes.
No.
Did y'all see what they? Did you see what happened to them cops that arrested this kid?
No.
You're gonna have to be way more specific. I'm on Twitter.
El Chapo. They tried to snatch up El Chapo's kid.
His private militia wiped out the local police, forced them to give him over.
Yeah, they have the fucking pickup trucks with the 50 cals on the back, and it just got the tearing shit the fuck up.
Right?
Oh no.
Yep.
You seeing this, Mikey?
Ooh, Mikey, what software do you use to stream? If I told you, I'd have to sneeze on you.
For the French version, La Stream.
Let's stream. I use Streamlabs, OBS, and OBS. Jim Majors helped me set up a lot of my shit because I was having major issues. I got a new laptop,
he had major issues, so he needed Jim Majors.
Correct. That's your new channel, dude. You can do tech advice like major help with Jim Majors, and then you can hey guys, make sure you smash that like button on every single video.
I have a hard enough time making my content interesting to people. So
I could be a total dick and say keep working on it, but
no, I mean that's the best advice anybody can give me, probably.
Well, it depends on how somebody takes that. Keep working on it. You still suck, or keep working on it. If you ever think you're done, you done fucked up.
I thought if you were that attractive,
somebody telling you to stop, right? Just
learning.
Stop. Just don't do it.
If you're ever done learning, you miss something.
Yeah.
I thought if you were that attractive on camera, you didn't have to be interesting.
You mean like that DeFranco dickhead? That guy?
You think he's attractive? I don't. I think he looks like a fish.
Well, the mustache though makes up for so much.
It does. I know. That's why I can't shave it, because then nobody will like me.
I'll still like you because you helped me when my Streamlabs was trying to set my computer on fire.
I'll always help you.
We'll still like you, but we'll just have to get to know you all over again.
I don't even know you, Dan.
Well, I've been watching your videos for about a year, so I feel like I know you.
Yeah, that's the weird thing when you watch people online for so long. You're like, I know this guy, and then you meet them, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Well, I know him, but it's only from Twitter. So it's only from Twitter. I don't know that I've been in a live stream with you. I think this is the first one, isn't it?
This is actually my cherry live stream of all time. So
no kidding.
Oh, look at that, people!
Feliz cherry
videos. Yeah, thanks. I've done a couple of shitty ass videos, but those are more trial and error than anything I intend to make my legacy.
Right. All you need is an AK and a Bible, and you got an American portrait.
I like that. Thanks, Chris.
I don't do AKs. I might do the M4 and a Bible.
So
there you go. Mix of StreamYard, which is free, and Stream Elements. So.
I haven't used Stream Elements. I'll have to play with it. One thing I want to throw out there, because Neil's peoples tend to be more musically inclined. You're going to have to run over to Fender.com like now. They're giving away Fender Play.
What?
For 3 months for free.
What?
So everybody rush over there, sign up if you want to do it. Like
that shit's expensive.
Yeah, they're giving out 3 free months while everyone's on quarantine.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And also Pornhub is premium is free right now.
I've already got the membership. It's okay.
X videos is way better.
X hamster. Come on, get it right.
Hamster's not
That's
bad.
not exactly on the music tip, but I did also hear that all of the Ivy League colleges are passing out free classes in like hundreds of different courses.
Great courses.
Right now. I mean,
doing the same thing.
Harvard, Yale, fucking Cornell University, all of the Ivy League fucking colleges are you can attend them online for free. Right now in a specific course.
That's dope.
Even the Ivy League schools now. I had heard about some other colleges doing that.
Is it through like EDX or something like that?
Dan had a question.
Like Udemy.
Talking about universities, how many of y'all saw in the news that Liberty University caused an entire damn community to lock down because they wouldn't shut down classes?
Right. Well, they welcome classes back early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idiots.
And now they're going to overload the Lynchburg, Virginia hospital system, which isn't that big to begin with.
I'm about to say all 3 hospitals.
I mean, all 3 the size of my apartment building. So,
yeah.
I mean, I understand like the Hippocratic oath and everything, but I mean, there's got to be something to be said for the lack of supplies, and then just the willful ignorance of people that leads to their own sickness. You know, I think that if somebody is willfully doing that, or willfully breaking the law, or breaking whatever measurements they have in place to prevent it,
ignoring common sense,
they should have to waive like their like prevalence as far as like medical treatment. Like if somebody else is sick too and they didn't fuck up, it's like, well, they're getting the ventilator, so stick through.
What happened to Mikey? Did he bail again?
I don't know. Did he?
Oh, he had issues last night.
Yep, he did.
Hey, we're in good shape. That's the worst that happens.
Well, seeing all these people fall in and out, I have to do a little plug for Google Fiber.
Yeah, right? I'm still here, bitches.
I'm on Wi-Fi streaming at 1,000 something a second, so
KBPs or whatever it is.
Yeah.
My stream this afternoon, I don't know if it was YouTube or StreamYards or what, but everybody else got kicked out of the chat and nobody could come back in.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. The internet's just being bogged down because everyone's trapped at home, right?
Yeah.
So, Purple, have you finally moved?
Yep. I'm in Minnesota now.
Good for you. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, fortunately, we got that done just like about a week and a half before all this stuff with the virus started.
Same.
So yeah, we're settled in here. I'm not really set up yet, but
are you using my background or are you gonna use my bedroom?
I mean, I can.
He's got a picture of my bedroom. So it's like he's at my house. There's Badger's place. That's awesome. That's fucking
I keep dropping out because Streamlabs or StreamYard continually asks me to sign in. And then I sign in and then it takes me to their homepage. I'm like, hey, asshole, I was in a fucking meeting. What are you doing?
StreamYards apparently it just doesn't seem to know what's happening.
Doesn't care. Just doesn't care about it.
Yeah, they're probably overloaded too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know my internet's like crap. My phone service is crap. Like Netflix is crap. YouTube's crap. Like
you've been all right here so far.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm on satellite, like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's true too.
I know what happened. StreamYard's busy trying to look up the video for Al Green. Let's get it on. And up all the bandwidth.
A standing ovation.
Just let me tell
But I
Duke.
can't find it.
Error.
Duke.
Does not compute.
Oh man, like square peg, round hole.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
You
thought it was
described
Maggie.
Hey, question for somebody that you don't know, if you're willing to entertain it. So, have you figured out your direction for the next year?
Forward.
That way.
doing the same thing?
No. But I'm open to suggestions for sure.
Well, I know you'd mentioned in a couple of videos that you posted that you're looking for something new to address. I was just curious.
Yeah, I am actually.
I don't know.
I actually got my notepad, like for real. What you got?
He's all ready. He's like, I'm ready to go. Tell me.
Well, one of the things that, from my point of view, about atheism versus religion and all that has just been getting away from like all the crazy philosophical arguments for it, which are unproductive. My point of view, they mean nothing.
I agree.
Like arguing could be's against could be's.
I completely agree, especially when it comes to convincing theists.
Yeah.
Never argue an absurdity.
How much are you into history?
Quite a bit. In fact, that's what I focus on most. That and textual criticism.
Yeah. Well, I know you do the textual criticism is the ones I've caught of you. The thing that got me, and I was telling Neil about it, is when I was starting my deconversion, is just seeing the history of where Christianity evolved out of, leading back to, well, like for example, the approach Digital Hammurabi has right now, talking about all the ancient texts and how they were co-opted into
such a good channel
into the Jewish teachings and all that.
Yep.
But I think I don't know how much you'd be into the history of religion and just tracing it back to the point where I read a book one time that's the history of civilization, and I might have to look for it because I don't remember it off the top of my head. This guy said that basically civilization is a human attempt to isolate himself from nature, from the roughest aspects of nature. And then he talked about how religion originated with man worried about his crops. So
everything that I've read about religion says that it evolved from something like animism or totemism or ancestor worship, like
that was
veneration for the dead.
You're talking about
animism being that plant life, animal life,
that everything has a soul, right? Or it looks like a living essence,
right?
Neolithic stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen multiple studies, like they've gone to these different tribes and things like that, and they found commonalities between like archaeological findings and the current religion, like the current native religions of the area.
So
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, well, I
just bring that up because like I really liked your textual stuff that you've done. Like I said, I've been watching you for a while.
I appreciate it.
And I think if you expanded that out into the origins of religions and the history of different religions, and then something else that I'm really fascinated with, but I'm not qualified to touch, is the evolution of religion. Like there's a lady named Margaret Barker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who talks about the worship of Asherah, I think her name is.
Asherah. Yep.
The consort of the Jewish god.
Of Yahweh.
She was Yahweh's wife.
Yeah.
Right.
In the original text.
They've actually found the pillars where they would offer the libations, the offerings on top of it.
Yes.
Well, she, in her one book, and I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, she talks about how there was actually Asherah was in the temple prior to the Babylonian captivity.
Yeah, but it's in select areas, so it was a cult. I mean, that's essentially what all of the religions there were. So that wasn't what
still are.
Judaism primarily was, but there were many cults that had that line of thinking that adopted that from the Canaanite Ugaritic tradition.
Mm.
Well, didn't Israel really come out of the Canaanite Ugaritic tradition?
Yep.
Very, very much largely, and then they were heavily influenced by their Babylonian captivity.
Yeah,
Zoroastrianism played a big part in it too.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like you already know what I was talking about a lot more than I do. I'm sure.
So I've taken some courses in like ancient Near Eastern religions.
He's very smart.
Just relevant studies. So I can't really speak to other religions that much. Like I've read like the Bhagavad Gita and things like that. But as far as like knowing the history of them, Christianity and Judaism is where I'm comfortable, and a little bit of Islam.
Are you comfortable talking about the Hellenistic influences on Judaism that created Christianity?
Oh yeah, in Second Temple Judaism.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's talked about it before, actually.
I might have missed that. One of the things that fascinated me was finding the fact that the first person to ever use the reference to the Holy Ghost or to have a reference to the Holy Spirit was Philo of Alexandria. And that the whole idea of
it seems a little early.
No, he was in.
That's like a third century.
Okay.
Philo Alexandria
no. I'm sorry. Philo's first century. Sorry.
Yeah, he was before Josephus.
Yes, that's right. What I find interesting about Philo is that he said something that most Christians don't even take into account. He said that the ears are less faithful than the eyes. So I'm writing what I've seen, not what I've heard. And
so much for oral tradition then.
Right, exactly. And he was very much a historian. He was concerned about historiography. That's what he wanted to be transmitted more than anything. And like the historians of that time, it wasn't just enough to hear a story. Like they had to be there, like Josephus recording the war, like he was in the war. And it was always something that was preferred over an account, like a well-told story of somebody who wasn't there. That's why stories like the Odyssey and the Iliad and things like that are they're written in that perspective, that first person perspective.
Yes, Steve. The Tanakh is the first book of the Abrahamic religions. Yes, you're right. It's one of three actually that they took from. The Tanakh was actually a majority of the Tanakh was used, but there's other books involved that they stole a few things from.
That they stole what from?
A few ideas from.
Who?
But the ancient Jews or Israelites or whatever, the ancient peoples. Like the Tanakh was the first book that they used to form what we now know
as Judaism,
as the Abrahamic religions, the Abrahamic faith.
Right. Yeah, the Torah or the Old Testament, was a huge part of that.
Or the Pentateuch, which is the 5 books.
God bless you.
Which makes up the Torah, pretty much. Anyway, bless you. Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't mean to be a downer or push this off into a topic that may be uncomfortable. So hopefully I didn't do that.
Oh no, this topic is not uncomfortable. We're all over this shit.
But I don't know.
Uncomfortable topics on Neil's after parties. You're good, man.
I mean, if we haven't touched on it yet, I don't think we're going to.
You know, I haven't touched a lot of things lately, but
well, I told you as soon as this virus clears up, I'll text you.
I believe that's called sexting, isn't it? Anyway, so just so you guys know, I gotta about 3 minutes before I gotta run up and bring. My sister and I were talking, and I gotta bring up some groceries to my mom because she can't leave her place. She's 74 years old and diabetic, so she goes anywhere.
Hell yeah.
So it's my turn. So I got to go see my sister, and I'm gonna bring up some stuff to my mom. So
But tell her she needs to earn her keep.
Oh, I do all the time. She's like, "Fuck you! I raised you. Get out of my house."
Okay.
She needs me to handle her technology because she doesn't even know how to turn on her TV. For fuck's sake.
After my grandpa died, my grandma moved in with me for several years, and I used to just always mess with her, like, in the morning I'd make coffee or whatever, and go make sure that she's up and open the door, and I'd say, "Meemaw, clean your room."
Meemaw. Oh, what are you, children?
Yeah, it's my Meemaw.
Meemaw? Oh, that's
cute. My Meemaw.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna bring this one. I'm gonna rein this fucker in because I gotta go. It's Mom. You gotta take care of Mom, guys.
Right on.
Yeah.
Go take care of her.
Anyway, Dan, man, thanks again for being my guest of honor today. It was an absolute pleasure getting to know you a little bit better, dude.
No, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Same here, Dan. It was good to talk to you.
And now that we've all made love connections, thank you, Chuck Wordley. Wollery, sorry. Anyway, you guys can all get in touch with each other and set some stuff up. Of course, Mikey, apparently Chris didn't know who the fuck you were, so we'll have to get you guys hooked up so you can be on his show too. You gotta spread love everywhere. But all right, so yeah, thanks, Steve. We'll do our best to stay safe as best as we can. Just don't touch my beer can, and I'll be okay. All right, so
and don't tell you to shave.
Yeah, stop telling me to shave because it ain't happening. It's like my mom always wanted me to cut my hair. Mom, I'm not 5. You can stop now. So anyway, until next time, guys. I need to change it up. I always use the Christopher Hitchens one for the other show. So what's the other one that I was going to use?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
No.
Have a drumstick and your brain starts clicking.
You just need to do the poof, like the little smoke thing. Like I think it's classic, and nobody does it. I don't know.
Poof, like a puff of smoke and we disappear.
Yeah. But just go a little slower than you normally would, so they just catch the back end of you as like the smoke clears.
IQ, you want to drop the link to my SoundCloud for Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I gotta go dig it out.
I'm on it first.
Oh, I think the other one I was going to use was the Carl Sagan line. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. There we go. So, anyways, until next time, guys, we shall see you later. Ciao.
Okay. Later, all.
Ciao.
There.
Peace.